start with both Justin and Paddy. Justin, I'll start with you. You know, a lot of people assumed one of you would be involved in this lightweight fight. I don't think anyone thought it would be an interim fight. They assumed it would either be Ilya in there, and if it was an interim, maybe it would be Arman. So I guess how far back did you know it would be Paddy? And is there any disappointment that it's not undisputed or, you know, Arman, who's highly ranked?
No, it's no disappointment at all. I mean, everything on paper, interim champion is the same as a champion on paper, contract-wise. And that's what we fight for. This is my job, and it's the biggest opportunity for me. I didn't know a long time before they announced the fight that it was going to be Paddy. I think they were waiting to see if Ilya was going to fight, and you know, I think that variable was kind of unpredictable. None of us knew when he was going to fight. That's what I kept telling everybody. Like, whenever Ilya fights, I want to fight. And you know, turns out he's going to sit down for a little bit. So Paramount, this is you know, they need Michael Johnson versus Justin Gaethje coming out party, and Paramount UFC combining. I mean, this is the fight that everyone wants. We're going to gain massive fans for the UFC, entertainment business, and we're I'm the most entertaining fighter in the world. And this guy's pretty close behind me, so it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Same question for Paddy.
Well, I was half preparing for Ilya, to be honest. I was doing little bits in training camp for Ilya. And then, like 2 days before the announcement, I got told it was Justin. But it's a privilege to share the octagon with such a legend. And it's going to be unbelievable to get in there with him. And as he said, until Ilya comes back, this is the real belt. People call it a fake belt all they want, but until Ilya comes back into the octagon, this is the belt. Me and him are fighting for the lightweight championship.
Another one for Paddy. A lot of fighters, when they face Justin, they don't look the same after. You know, it's like a car crash in there. So I guess how are you approaching this fight? And can you even expect anything when you're preparing for Justin Gaethje?
I'm obviously hoping it's him what doesn't look the same after this fight, not me. That's how you prepare for it.
Question for the champion, Kayla Harrison. Kayla.
Just lastly, for Justin Gaethje, Justin, I know the last time you won that interim belt, you threw it on the ground in the cage, says it wasn't the priority for you. Do you have different feelings towards it this time and what it could mean at this point in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that it wasn't a priority. It was that I knew Khabib was next. And if I was going to sit there and think that I was any kind of champion with that belt, with Khabib being next, I think I was, you know, going to be foolish. I needed that mindset to prepare for that fight, and he beat me. And but ultimately, like I said, this gets us paid as a champion. And it definitely gives me the chance to fight Ilya. I want to fight Ilya. I want to play spoiler just like I did in Khabib and Tony. I'm going to fuck this up for everybody. And there's going to be no Paddy and Ilya. I'm going to do the same thing I did for that fight. And then I'm going to fight Ilya on the White House card if he's ready to fight again. We'll see when he's ready again.
Question for Paddy Pimblett. We know Justin has been in some absolute wars throughout his whole career, even before the UFC. What do you expect from him going into this one, and how do you expect, you know, how do you see him if he goes into a brawl type of fight here?
I expect a war, obviously. Like, Justin Gaethje is one of my favorite fighters to watch. He's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, and it's going to be a pleasure to get in there with him. I'd love to have a brawl for 5 rounds. As he said, him versus Michael Johnson. How he introduced himself to the UFC. I'd love to have a fight like that, but I don't think it'll pan out that way. But let's see what happens. Hopefully, I'm getting a performance bonus and a fight of the night bonus.
Thank you, sir. Gentleman in the blue hat, go ahead.
Hello, Gilbert from the Casuals MMA. You've got sausage, you've got chorizo. What are you going to nickname Justin Gaethje?
Nothing.
That one's easy. Gay cheese.
Gay cheese. Nah, I'm not going to make that stupid mistake James Vick did and call him Homer Simpson and get knocked the fuck out. So, to me, he's a legend, lad, and I'm not going to disrespect him. It's as simple as that.
And then final question for Derek Lewis. We all want to know, how are you celebrating